Hello everybody, welcome to our Red Line Realty YouTube channel. I'm your host Chow, here with Tyler Henschel with AmCap Mortgage today, bringing you another episode of Talking with the Local Expert. So how are you doing, Tyler?
Doing great. Trying to get over this cold weather and getting to the nice warm weather for the spring and summer.
Oh, perfect. We are waiting for that, right?
Yeah, I know, it's too cold right now.
Okay, so how many employees do you have in your company?
Yeah, so, AmCap's a pretty big one. There's offices all around the country. There's a couple thousand employees total overall, but in our branch itself, we have around 30, 40 people. People in different areas in there that I don't necessarily deal with. I'm on the loan officer side of it. So some of that post-closing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know too much about what they're doing and how many people are in that role, but overall for production-wise, we have about 20 people.
Oh wow, that's a good size.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you describe your business in a couple of sentences?
Yeah, so our office is mostly with new construction homes. So that's how we operate for most of our operations. So it's actually a little bit different niche than most of the other lenders.
That's a good niche.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your business model?
So our business model is going to go back to that construction side, right? So that's really where we do a lot of our focus on. I think 90% of our entire sales last year came directly from new construction, and 10% of that came from referral sources such as realtors and brokerages and et cetera.
Well, there's a lot of people going for new build all the time.
Absolutely. I mean, new build is, it's hard to get those new resale homes, right? So people go for the new construction.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a very good established relationship with a lot of them.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so let's move on. Do you have a physical location, online only or both?
Yeah, so we operate every single employee, and our specific office has almost that option if they want to do a hybrid look to it, come in a couple days a week or work remote. So we are in the office here. It's right off the Beltway on the west side of Houston, but we kind of let the autonomy flow and see what the best option is for that specific person. If they can operate better at home, great. They operate better in person, great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You have a lot of choices
Yes.
for the customers. So how did you decide to get into with AmCap?
Yeah, so during the pandemic, it was a crazy time, and I didn't really know what was going to happen, and I definitely needed to be in that real estate realm of things. That's just kind of how my brain operates, very financial side of it.
Mm-hmm.
The way that the pandemic came about, and nobody knew what was the future was supposed to hold. Yet the housing industry was booming, and so they were hiring at that time, and I had that financial background. I'm a very competitive person as well, so I like to make sure that people have the highest ability and in the market, right, in the free market. And so when I saw the opportunity, that's just kind of how I wanted to take a part of it.
That's a good thing to combat all the competition out there, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I guess I kind of answer like how a customer would choose you over your competitors already.
Actually, I do want to answer that one.
Okay, sure. Please tell us more.
Yeah, so that one is a very specific one. So a lot of people know what AmCap is. I'm sure you've already heard of AmCap before. We had spoken. Like I said, we have a lot of different branches here in Houston. And one of the specific things about our branch, we are unique from all the other branches because we do our entire loan officer, all of that production that happens in-house. We have in-house loan officer assistants right down the hall here. We have our processors in the same location, and we have the underwriters also here in the location. Directly right behind us is our underwriters.
Oh, wow.
So the other AmCap offices, they're great, but they also have to go through a different channel. So every time they have their process underwriter, they have to actually give it to the corporate office, and they're the ones that do it. Our office has everything in-house, so it's a smooth transaction. So if we need something done, I just go knock on this this wall behind me.
Oh, that's a neat thing to have.
It's a very great thing to have.
So you kind of streamline the whole process.
Everything's streamlined, yes.
Okay. All right. Was there more that you wanted to add? seems like you guys have a lot of things in house.
Yeah, we do. I could sit here all day and talk about the great things that we have. We have some very competitive products out there that help with people in kind of that lower credit situation.
Right.
We have simulators. A lot of people, which is actually what the credit repair companies use. We actually have that in-house as well.
Okay.
And so that's a huge product that we're able to have, and it keeps the customer happy, because the more people they have to have transactions with, the more overwhelming it feels.
Right.
So we try to condense that and help them find solutions in order for them to get to their homes, whether it be a quick, 30 days or less, or 6 to 12 months or even longer. We can help them in through that process from beginning to end.
That's nice to know.
Yeah.
All right. So how are you scaling your business?
Yeah, so our scaling this year is kind of focused on both the construction side, right? So like I said, last year 90% of our business was tailored to the construction side. And so we also realized that there's a huge market still in that resale opportunity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And building new relationships. So our business scale right now is expanding by building more business with the new construction, and as well as building more business with new realtors and brokerages, so we can actually double that the hand and the numbers in our pot.
That's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
we're doing it right now.
That's exactly why we're here.
All right. So how are you? What kind of measure do you take to kind of like know that you're reaching your goals?
I set some pretty high goals. I have a very specific loan officer calendar. It's on paper, and I put everything on my phone as well for things that need to be set. But on that calendar itself, it goes in quarters, right? And so, you're writing your goals every single day, every single week on there, right? So it keeps you in front of you on how I can keep track of those. Yeah.
To-do list, right?
It is, yes.
All right. So do you predict any market shifts, maybe in the near future?
Yeah. I mean, market shifts are happening all the time. We're living in a world where we're trying to leave that post-COVID, and so what that looks like is, the order in chaos. We've now went to an order of how the COVID is, and now we're kind of moving out of that, right? And so that's going to create this chaotic shift that's happening in the market, and we see that right now from rates going from 2.875 to now 4.1. For the rates in a 40-50 day span, right? And so, the federal government or the Fed Reserve is looking to, increase the interest rates in the next 30 days in March. And we're also seeing, an invasion going on in Ukraine. So there's a lot of different power plays going on right now. And so, I don't have a crystal ball to see what's going to happen in the future, but all I know is that the rates are going to go.
But you have all the toolkits at your disposal.
We have the
that.
toolkits to combat that at the disposal. Absolutely.
Okay. So, can you share with us one of your best business decisions?
Yeah. So I think the best business decision is for me to answer the phone call. It's simple, right? It doesn't have to be too complicated. It's just answering the phone call when it happens, because you never know who's on the other end, right? And so that is my best business decision. Always answer the phone.
Well, keep it simple.
Mm-hmm.
What are your worst?
The worst one is probably on the beginning side is not asking enough questions to these potential buyers, right? I thought this was a certain way, but I didn't dig deep enough. And I didn't know that there was possibly another way to get a loan done. And so some of the decisions I made on the front end thinking I wasn't able to get it done, and it turns out we were able to get it done.
Right.
And that was business lost, and a connection relationship lost as well.
Right. But you learn a lot from it.
We learned a lot from them, absolutely. And so I've learned to be able to ask an array way more questions, and that way we can dive deep and get as much information so we don't make those mistakes again.
Right. You own up to it. You fixed it. Okay, so we're getting toward the end. That was kind of quick, but if you could offer one piece of advice to our customers and clients out there, what would it be?
always keep your mind open of what is going on, right? Always ask questions. There's a lot of lenders out there. They're going to throw a lot of numbers out there. Don't be afraid to ask them questions. Not necessarily in a combative way, but just on a way of wanting to understand why the numbers are there and why they match up or don't match up, right? You want to make sure, because you're getting a loan of $200,000, $300,000, maybe $600,000, right? That's a big decision. It's one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make. So you as the consumer of that loan want to make sure that you know exactly what is going on and never feel like, hey, you know what, I've already called him 3 times today. He probably doesn't want to hear from me. I do want to hear from you. I do want to hear from you, and I want to make sure that we can find whatever is happening and make sure you have the best understanding.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
No, thank you for having me.
We can see that
on.
you're very client-centric.
Yes, I try to be, absolutely.
Okay, so that is all for today. That is the end of our little short interview with Tyler.
Yeah.
So Tyler, please tell us about, again, your company name, website, information, how clients out there can reach to you.
Yes, absolutely. So my name is Tyler. I'm with AmCap Home Loans. You can reach me, from my cell number 713-837-6452, or you can go on thloans.com and you can find me there. And that way you can actually do a pre-qualification in the near future.
All right, and then we'll be having his information down and below as well, so be sure to check that out.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me today.
Well, thank you for being here, Tyler.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right.